Yeah, I mean, listen, you want Arizona. I mean, for me, I want Arizona basketball to be successful. I do, and I know I'm not supposed to say that, but you do. It's your alma mater, right? Like I've been as objective as I can be over the years about Arizona. In fact, a lot of people think I've probably been too tough on them, and people at Arizona aren't fans of mine. But you want them to be good. That's just the way it is, and I think they have a chance to be really good with Tommy Lloyd and some of his. Now, again, he's going to have to put together a staff here because he's used to being able to recruit a lot internationally. He's not going to be able to take those trips like he used to and just go. So things are going to change for him. In Tucson, there's a lot more responsibility. He's going to have to connect, I think, to the fan base a little bit more, especially, again, this time it's so different than the last time because now everybody's thinking, well, why didn't Damon Stoudemire? Why didn't Miles Simon? Why didn't Josh? So you're already starting from behind. And that's going to be hard for a guy that's dealt with very, very little adversity. Like Tommy Lloyd's never gotten shots taken at him. Never had to. He's been an assistant for a program that's just gone up, 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 up. So how is he going to deal with this right now? How is he going to be able to get some of these players, former players on board? How is he going to be able to get the fans on board? You know, again, they're diehard fans in Tucson, Arizona. And I think what people are forgetting is he really did help to build this Gonzaga program.
Yeah. Yeah. It is just kind of funny that it's like he gets hired and all of a sudden all of the people that you thought would be welcoming you with open arms like, yeah, what the fuck? You're not Damon Stoudemire. Like, get the hell out of here. We don't like you. So, yeah. So let me ask you this. What is your expectation for what Arizona is going to end up having to deal with in terms of NCAA penalties? Like how bad? It's impossible to like accurately predict this stuff, but how bad do you think this is? Are we talking like 2 or 3 year postseason ban, or is it the kind of thing where like the one they just dealt with and maybe one more, and then you should probably be on the other side of this thing?
Yeah, I think probably if I had to guess, one more. You know, the academic fraud, that's the part you worry about because, you know, frankly, Oklahoma State got 1 year, and we haven't seen, obviously, the appeal, you know, to that yet. But Oklahoma State got 1 year for something similar that occurred with Book Richardson and the bribery. Now you add on 2 other academic fraud components to this. So I would assume they're going to get 1 more year. That'd just be my guess.
The other side of that, though, is that Alabama didn't get any postseason ban. They basically had the same thing with an assistant.
Well, we know, but the assistant was recommended by the NCAA. Like that, the NCAA had to be very careful with that Alabama one, right? I mean, they had to be very, very careful with that one and how they went about it.
But it doesn't change the fact that the same thing that happened with an assistant athletic director at Alabama didn't get a postseason ban, right, and got a postseason ban at Oklahoma State. Like, of course, there's going to be certain things that play into it because that guy used to be at the NCAA. But you know, like there is some kind of precedence, and there has to be like if you don't have precedence in any of these decisions that you're making, like you're just flying by the seat of your pants. So, I do think it'll be interesting to see what happens with Oklahoma State, though. I would not be surprised to see that appeal get overturned.
Yeah, I mean, you hope it will. It just depends right now. I mean, honestly, it's like the temperature of the NCAA at that time, and things change. And, you know, I think they'll hit Sean Miller harder than they'll hit Arizona in a way because now you can. Right now he's fired. You can look tough and hit him with like a 5-year show cause. And what does it matter, right? You look tough then, but you don't want to bite the hand that feeds you. And Arizona and Kansas, those are 2 of their bigger, you know, cash cows. So you got to be a little bit smart in how you handle both of those if you don't have to hammer them and hit them with extra postseason bans. So it's
just amazing to me how in a sport that's all about playing for the love of the game and is all about amateurism and all about making sure that you're doing this for the right reasons and nobody is professional, everything always comes down to money. We can't hammer Arizona and Kansas because we got to be able to profit off of those brands, right? This is the off topic, but Matt Norlander today was tweeting about like potential rule changes, and the NCAA does not want to go to 4 quarters in men's basketball, more or less, because there are a whole bunch of
Right.
deals and ad deals already in place that involve big money that have to do with the 4 TV timeouts in each half. And while, we have a nice little amateurism and amateur project here where these kids aren't supposed to be getting paid and it's not supposed to be the pros, but we can't do the one thing that makes sense to be able to, because of all the money that's going to be made off of them. But the players can't make any money, and there's no name in it. It's just the way that you do mental gymnastics to tie yourself in knots to make all of this shit make sense in regards to amateurism. It's just like, it used to be maddening to me, and it still kind of is, but now it's just gotten to the point where it's funny. Like, this is how we're justifying it. Okay. All right. Yeah. At least you're on brand still.